Hey y'all, here's my Yu-Gi-Oh deck profile for my Unchained deck that I took to locals today and went 2-1 with it. I think the build is actually pretty solid. There's a few changes I would make, and depending on your locals, I'm not showing off my side deck. Most of the time, a lot of people's side decks are the same, so it doesn't really matter. But I've noticed that online, this deck hasn't really been doing much. But the deck, I think, when we get more cards for it, it's going to be very, very viable in the new meta that's coming out. And plus, uh, with Master Rule 5 comes out, it probably and most likely is going to have a lot of spice. I feel like it's going to have tons of spice, especially if you play it the way that I'm playing it. But let's get into the deck profile. I got a 40 card deck and a 15 card side deck, extra deck. So the first card we play is 3 Aruha. What he does is he says that if he goes to the graveyard by battle or card effect, you can special one Unchained monster from your hand or deck, and you can special him by targeting one card that you control on the field and pop it. Now, when you use his effect, you lock into fiends. His pop effect is good, but the only time you're really popping is when you're going off with your Unchains and when you want to make your Unchained boss monsters your links. Next we have 3 Raki. What he does is quick effect. You can target one card on the field and destroy it. Uh, it's actually your card. You can destroy one of your cards, and it just does that. And then it also does what Aruha does, as for the name, the Unchained Twins. He specials from the hand or deck if he's destroyed by battle or card effect. Then we play 2 Unchained Soul of Disasters. This is your link material, so you can go into your Unchained Soul of Rages and Anguishes and also your Abominations. What he does is you can target one card on the field and link with it for a dark link. The next, depending on the next number that it is, or whatever material you have, but it has to be a dark. Most of the time, you're getting locked into fiends when you're playing these all together, unless you can get your spells and your traps to destroy themselves and bring him out and just instantly go into your links, which is really good. So the locking into fiend effects is not really that bad, to be honest with you. It just depends on the situation and the board state of the game. His other effect is when he goes to the graveyard by battle or card effect, you can special one Unchained monster from your graveyard. So most of the time you're getting Abominations back with him, your Rages and your Anguishes. They're just coming back, so next turn you can link with them. Then we have 3 Droll Lockbirds. Right now, I think Droll Lockbird is a lot better than Ash Blossom. Ash Blossom stops special summons, yeah, but I don't know. I feel like just locking your opponent out of using their spell cards and searching for the cards they need, let them go off. They're never going to find the material. And that's what Droll Lockbird did today. A lot of people were searching, and I played Droll Lockbird, and they just couldn't really do nothing because they needed their spells to search their cards. Like, Droll Lockbird is just really strong against Rota cards in general. It's really, really good. Then we played 2 DD Crows. They really didn't do much. I took my Called by the Graves out and put the 2 DD Crows in because I prefer DD Crow. DD Crow can hit a lot more things, and you can use it differently in different scenarios and situations. 2 other hand traps that we have are Dark Spirit of Malice and Dark Spirit of Banishment. So what Dark Spirit of Malice does is if an opponent activates, it has a True Draco effect. If an opponent activates a card or effect, you can target 1 level 8 Fiend, which is your Soul of Disasters, and special summon it. Now, Dark Spirit of Banishment, it does the same thing, but only with attacks. If your opponent attacks into a monster you control, or anything in general, you can you special summon Disasters and redirect the attack to him. And usually Disasters in his defense, it's huge body. They're burning themselves. Their second effect that's amazing. When Disasters leaves the field or a level 8 Fiend goes to the graveyard, you can add these both to your hand. And it's just completely stupid when you're doing this, like, in one turn. Like, being able to just, spirit, and then he dies, you special summon one of your little twins, and then he comes back to your hand. Both of them come back to your hand if they're in your graveyard. Next card we play, of course, we play Tour Guide of the Underworld. Um, One Fiendish Rhino Warrior. I play a Burning Abyss engine because it's really nice. It's like icing on the cake with Cherubini. It just allows you to dump these, anything really that you need. It's just utility. The utility of it's just so well, and it lets you extend. So I also plays a Skarm, one Graph, one Farfa, one Calcab, one Sir, one Edgem Sabers, one Psychic Wielder to extend, and one Nightmare Corruptor Ibli. Now, Nightmare Corruptor Ibli, man, today, I had discarded her, and she ended up getting called by the grave, but if she was on my opponent's side of the field, I was playing against heroes, she would have been so good, and I probably would have taken that game 2-0, but I did take the game. Um, she's just good in general. She gets you back your rages so you can link on their next turn, or your anguishes. She's just really, really, really good card in this deck, since most of your cards are in the graveyard, and like most of your really big, like your big monsters that make a board state and a problem, and that's problematic, is in your graveyard, and Ibli just gets her, and then when you just Ibli just gets them, and then when you link with it, she just goes to your opponent. So it's I think it's stupid. Like, it's just stupid. Then we play 3 Dark Ruler for the spells. Dark Ruler gets around Appaloosa going second. I'm usually going second in this deck, but I've been playing first lately, and is holding up fairly well going first. I also play Yorota, 3 Abomination. Abomination Prisons. So what Abomination Prisons does is you can search any Abomination card or any Unchained card from the deck, meaning you can get your traps, your spells, and your monsters. Just it's so good. If this deck does fair in the meta and does well and ends up topping a lot of events, I feel like this is the card that will go down to 1. These other cards, you can play them at 1 and just search them. So it's just good. When it's also set and it's destroyed, you can special 1 from the deck. And that's for all the Unchained spells and traps. They special when they're destroyed face down. So going on with it, we have 3 Pot of Desires. Pot of Desires is just card draw, helps you get to what you need to, along with your Foolish Burial. That's so you can dump your Edgem Sabers, maybe dump your Ibli, maybe dump your Hand Trap, your Dark Spirits. You could dump any of your any cards that are just good. It's just good. Uh, Wailing of the Unchained Souls. This card is okay. Only play it at 1 because you can search it with your Abomination Prisons. When you go into an Unchained link, you can special summon. No, when you go into an Unchained link, you can destroy 1 card on the field, and that's really good too, because if you're doing it on your opponent's turn, if you're doing it on your opponent's turn and you have Unchained Abomination out, you're just popping a ridiculous number of cards. And then we play 1 Upstart Goblin because I like playing 39 cards. Uh, Onto the traps, we have Abominable Chamber of the Unchained. This is your call by the Haunted, but when it's face down and destroyed, you can special summon 1 from the deck along with your Escape of the Unchained. You can target 1 card on the field and destroy. You can target 1 Unchained card you control and 1 Unchained 1 card your opponent controls. Destroy it. Does the same thing as all the other ones do. When it's set and flips face up, it gets you get to when it's set and gets destroyed while it's set, you get to special summon 1 from the deck. And then we have Imperial Order because Sky Strikers are just scared of Imperial Order. Imperial Order is so good against them. Next we play for the extra deck. We got 1 Ip Masquerena. She's good. I usually go into my Unchained Abominations with her. I don't own an Appaloosa currently, but if I did, I would definitely put her in. Then we play one Nightmare Cerberus, the Nightmare package, Nightmare Phoenix. We got one Cherubini Ebon Angel of the Burning Abyss. Cherubini, like I said, is icing on the cake. It keeps most of your monsters alive, and while you're going off with Cherubini, you get an exceptional amount of card advantage. It's ridiculous. Being able to dump with Dante and get your Dark Spirits from your hand because you're dumping your level 8s to the graveyard is just ridiculous. It's great. And then we play 3 Blue Wolves, 3 Unchained Soul of Rage. What he does is quick effect. During your opponent's main phase, you can link with one monster into a Dark Link, and usually we're going into these 3 right here. Uh, he's good when he's in the graveyard. You could when he gets destroyed by battle or card effect, you can grab any fiend from your graveyard, which is stupid, and you just add it to your hand. Most of the time, I'm adding Tour Guide. That's it. Tour Guide goes to the graveyard. Cool. I made my Cherubini already. Cool. I got my Blue Wolf out. Cool. You destroy Blue Wolf. Cool. I'm just gonna add my Tour Guide. Doesn't matter. Whatever they do, I'm just adding my Tour Guide. And then red does the same thing as blue, but it's not a quick effect, and it also adds from the graveyard to the hand. Again, you're just grabbing your Tour Guide. This is like Tour Guide deck. Most of the cards are level 3. It's ridiculous. Nightmare Unicorn, because when Unicorn comes out, he can substantially just win you a lot of games. For your level 4, for your rank 4s, you got Unchained Abomination. This card's good because it pops. Sorry, I got a little low. Because I was speaking a little loud for you guys. Sorry about that. But Unchained Abomination, what it does is just when a card's destroyed on the field, you get to destroy one. When a card you control is destroyed by battle, you get to destroy one. During the end phase, you just get to destroy one, and it's so strong. It's a 3,000 attack. It's your boss monster. If you have disasters out and you end up using your Dark Spirit of Banishment, you can special summon your disaster. They attack into it, they destroy it, boom, you get your Abomination just like that because it's an Unchained monster. So that's just really good. Borreload, Boro Sword, and one Dante. What I want to say about the deck is the deck's really, really strong. I think it'll do really, really good at other events as well. Just it took me a really, really long time to learn how to play the deck because I've had this deck forever, and I think I'm finally figuring out how to make it work or the kinks of the deck. To be honest with you, if you guys want to play the deck, I really recommend playing these 3 cards at one. It can just be searched by this card. This card right here searches the whole entire deck, literally completely. Uh, Scarm searches the whole entire deck, literally completely the whole entire deck. It's just stupid. The deck is really fun. The deck takes a little bit of thinking, but you know what? It's Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards that say that your opponent can't play are really good. Hence Imperial Order is really good. A lot of the times I'm surprised, but I have not banished Imperial Order off of Desires once this whole entire day, and it just Imperial Order just put in tons of work. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Like, subscribe for more Yu-Gi-Oh content, and yeah, see you guys later.